Okay, so if anyone in the room can give me a bit of a sound check as I am opening up all the things. I'm gonna get better at this. I know over time I'm still, I feel like I'm still doing things very last minute when I would prefer to do things uh, more on time. So you will excuse me if I'm still fumbling and I need to set a timer for myself to be like, okay, 15 minutes before you go live, find the information that you need so you're not doing it when you're live. So that way you seem a little bit more on your toes. But if someone who is currently there and watching could just let me know you can hear me all right before I get into it. Hello. I'm not sure if I should like shout out people who are in the room, if that's like acceptable or not. So for now, I'm just not going to do it. Um, but I might in the future. And just a reminder to everyone who is here, and I will say this again before I close out the stream, that I will be back in 2 days from today. So on Wednesday, where the big Top and Fiction annual recap of 2024 will be sent to you. We'll celebrate. I'll tell you all the behind the scenes of how it went, putting that together. Um, the unfortunate thing is because I want to send this live along with the thing, I can't send you it until after the live is ended. I receive the video back from Substack. I can put the post together and then send out the email. Um, although I will check with this that I do today if it's possible for me to download this video prior to emailing it, because if it is, then what I'll do is I will go live, I will send you the email while I'm live, and then I'll go back to it, edit it, and upload the live to that post. Um, but if I can't do that, I don't want to send you two or more emails than I need to. I kind of just want to try to do what I've been doing, which is sending you this live along with the email of the information. So still testing out a lot of things on how it works. Um, I wish there was a way for me to create the post ahead of time and kind of tell Substack when I go live, please attach this video to this post that's currently sitting in drafts and then send it. But I think that's a bit of a heavy lift to have that as a feature. So for now, we live as we live. Um, thank you all for jumping in. I'm going to wait a few more minutes because I see people are still joining us. This is the regular TiF Weekly Live that we do every Monday at 10 a.m. Um, it's a new thing started this year where I'm just going to come on. I'm going to give you one or two news items happening around Top and Fiction, and then I'm going to announce the 20 featured stories. I sign off. I wait for that video to come to me. I prepare the email and I send it out so you could get the PDF, the medallions, and all that good stuff. I think so far people are liking this format, so it stays until I lose my voice or something crazy like that. I'm hoping to have people come on and maybe be a guest. You never know, that might happen in the future with one of the two announcements I have. Let's see here. Did I not? I have to do a search. Okay, so I'm going to give another minute and then I will get started. I think I might only have two announcements, which is great. I try not to give it all away just because like I said last week, there's so much happening behind the scenes, but um, my worry is if I give it all away and then I'm not able to do what I want to do, then I feel like I failed. So, in order to make it look like Top in Fiction is an absolute resounding success, um, the best way and the easiest way to do that is to just keep it simple and just tell you what I know is absolutely positively happening. Okay, let's see. All right, so let's get started. We've got a couple people in the room. Thank you. Welcome. This is, as I said, Top in Fiction's second weekly live. This is something that we do every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I have two bits of news, and then we can get right into announcing the 20 featured stories for this week. So, the first bit, I feel like I'm going to be hammering this home because I really hope that this is going to be the largest turnout for the lives that we do, which is on Wednesday, 2 days from today, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, the same time as right now. I will be hosting a sort of celebratory get together when I will talk to you about the Top in Fiction annual recap of 2024. I will be discussing how I put it together. I might even flip the camera to show you my messy desk setup, and show you how I put it together, what that looked like. Thank all the people that have been involved behind the scenes to help me make these last 6 months of 2024 work. So I really hope that you all will be here. And just a reminder, I will do the live for about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how it goes, how many questions I get asked. You can ask me questions for that one, and I will try to answer them. And then I have to wait for Substack to give me that video so I can then create the post as I want to create it. And then I will send you that email, in which time you will have the PDF. I believe it's 65 pages. Um, yeah, I think it's 65 pages, somewhere around there. I did find a company who will create this PDF as like a magazine. I'm waiting for that to come in the mail. I just got notified a couple days ago that it was approved. Like someone actually looked at it to make sure I did it right before they just sent it to the printer. So it's with the printer. I'm expecting in 2 days' time to get an email saying it's shipped. So hopefully I'll have it for next week. Monday's weekly live and I can show it to you guys, or I might be impatient depending on when I get it and just go live just to show you what it looks like. And as I open it live whenever I get it. So that's happening as well. And if people want it, I will tell you how much it would cost for me to order and ship it to you depending on where you live. Okay, so that's announcement number one. The second one is Top in Fiction Presents, which I'm so excited about. Um, I had this idea, and then there's one that's going to piggyback off of it, but I likely won't announce that till 2026, if you could believe it, depending on how things go with TIFF Presents this year. But my idea with TIFF Presents is there are certain times around the year where holidays happen, things of note and importance, etc., that the fiction community likes to get behind. And I will continue to do TIFF Disruptions, which is when the community itself is putting something together and Top in Fiction can help amplify that event, that collaboration, that community event. But TIFF Presents is something where Top in Fiction will actually have fiction to read the on our publication itself. So instead of simply saying these are the fiction stories that were written this week and then sending you to go to that person's publication to read their story, we are hoping to now start featuring stories that you can read right here, and they can always, cross post and put that story on their own publication if they want. But I would love to be able to have actual fiction on Top and Fiction as well. And so we're starting, strangely enough, with February, which is the month of Valentine's and hearts and rainbows and hearts and flowers and romance. I say it's weird because I am not a fan of romance at all. That's not my genre of choice to write in, to read in, or to watch. Um, I am very much a horror writer and reader by nature, but why not Valentine's Day? And so I reached out to um, the owner of the newly created, well, I'm going to get to that, to What About Romance Horror. I reached out to the newly created The Romantic, and she is also a helming or co owner of Fictionistas. Meg Olders will be the host of this amazing event that we are hosting first, where it's going to be a Valentine's Day theme. So TIFF presents Valentine's Day, and the theme will be Return to Sender. So obviously, you know that that's synonymous with the Elvis song. Um, but the idea is that you can hopefully take that theme and do and apply any genre that you want, whether it be horror, whether it be romance, whether it be anything. But the idea is it should be, um, you know, Valentine's Day themed somewhat. And what we hope is that your minds will go anywhere you want to go. And because it's Valentine's, Valentine's are usually attributed to cards, to songs. So if you want to write a song, if you want to um, write a poem, if you want to uh, write a short story, if you want to do any, you want to create a card from scratch and have the inside of the card be say something, some sort of rhyme, whatever you want to do, how whatever format you want to use to create um, and participate with this theme, go for it. I will submit, or not submit, I'm going to be including how you can submit your whatever you come up with today's email that I send out. I believe the deadline is the end of the month, so you have until January 31st, which should be enough time, about 2 weeks, to come up with whatever you want for this theme. And we're not going to do winners and losers. What we're going to do is Meg is going to pick out her favorites. I'm going to pick out my favorites. And then she's going to join me on this stream when we announce what our favorites were. Our favorites will be featured in a post outside of the weekly Monday stuff. Um, and then any ones that we don't select as our favorites, we hope that those people will share their submission on their own publication, and we will gladly link back to that so that you can still get eyes on what you submitted, so that everyone um, is able to have their work shown. And hopefully that will work for now. I'm not trying to make it a contest. I'm not trying to, like I said, do winners and losers, because that's not what Top and Fiction is about. Top and Fiction is about bringing community together, sharing our work as far and as wide as possible. So I hope that we get a lot of submissions for this, um, and that you guys, can expand your imagination to accommodate the theme of return to sender. Okay, so those are the two bits of news. And now let's get into the 20 featured stories for this week. For this is volume 2, issue number 2, and these stories were all written between January 4th through January 10th. And they are, this time I'm going to try to do it in order. I think I did this last week, but in order of the different categories. So we're going to start with comic slash cartoon, Unbound, number 376 by Douglas Laubacher. I apologize if I say your name incorrectly. I'm going to work on learning how to pronounce names as these names get more and more, I guess, difficult to pronounce. Of Inkwit's Sunday Funnies, Poetry, The Spill by Misty Violet of the Violet Grove, Gleam by by Matt Gerrity of Bluebird Fiction, and now microfiction, Cloudless Sky by Miguel S. of The Fiction Dealer, Restless Ghost, A Haunting Tale by J.J.A. Smith of the Ergodic Engine, A Dragon Dance by H.A. Titus of Tea and Tales, Skyglass by E.K. MacPherson of Ether Nothings, Crystal Sisters' Last Stand by Leeron Heywood of Writing from Weird, A Very Special Table by Emme Shachory of Kite Weather, Change is as Good as a Rest by Daniel O'Donnell of Dan's Deliberations, A Helping Hand by Alexander Blaine of Dark Fiction Bodega, and now short stories. The Red Cross Shop and the Codpiece by Kerrie Noor of Getting Through the Day with Comedy, The Day the Cars Died by M Garratt of SUM FLUX, Play Your Hand by Brian Reindel of Future Thief, Act of War by Jim Minns of Reality Dispatch, Changing Seasons by Max Windom of Max's Substack, Short Serials, The Raising Up of Niccolo Part 1 by A. Kostas of Waymarkers, and lastly, Serials, Micah, Transition Chapter 1 by Ian Patterson of They Don't All Have to Be Good, Verification, What's a Dragon, Chapter 27 by Dragon Rider Luke of the Dragon's Den, Troubleshooting by Z.K. Hardy of Inkdrift, Rainbow Station. Okay, that is all 20. That post will be going out within the hour. Just a reminder that it will also be 5 honorable mentions along with these 20 that were just mentioned. And again, Wednesday, hope to see you all. I'm hoping to keep these videos short and sweet. Um, we're just about to hit the 20-minute mark, so I think I did really good, better than last week where I think it was more than that. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please do share them here now that um, the Top and Fiction Weekly Live is going to happen. So you can always ask me a question here. Otherwise, you can always ask me questions in Substack notes, which is where I hang out a lot, or in the comments of this post as well. I am more than willing to hear what you have to say. Like I said, I'm going to try to make this a lot less formal and more informal, or maybe the vice versa. Um, yeah, I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure out a way to make this seem a lot cooler and hipper than it is starting out. So I apologize to all the people who are having to fumble along with me as I read your names and read the titles that you have, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Um, I'm working on it. Okay. But anyway, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. We hit almost 30 people in the room, which is pretty cool. I will see you guys again in 2 days. Until then, keep writing that great, great fiction, and I will keep my eyes out there looking for it. See you in 2 days, guys. Bye.